So guys, welcome back to a new video, and today we are doing something very special. I've been invited down by Houghton Lodge estate family member Oliver Busk to spend a day fishing on his estate. Houghton Lodge was built in 1793 as a grand fishing lodge and is open to the public to view its stunning gardens. It also happens to have a pristine stretch of the River Test and Carrier running along the bottom of its beautiful gardens, which is the bit I can't wait to explore. Houghton Lodge is in the centre of fly fishing country, near to Stockbridge in Hampshire. Just upstream is the oldest fly fishing club in Britain, the fabled Houghton Fishing Club, where the sport of fly fishing probably actually begun. Driving down the lanes to Houghton from Romsey, it starts to look really fishy. Carriers and streams of the Test disappear under humpback bridges. Every one of them look to be a fly fisherman's dream, with gin clear water and slow waving weeds moving in the rhythm of the current. Houghton Lodge offers real diversity for fishing in a comparatively small area, with half a mile of wild carrier fishing on the upper beat and 300 yards of manicured stately home-style gardens on the lower beat. Deep, slow moving and clear, with loads of space to cast and full of fish. It's a dream location. Riverkeeper Seth showed us around both beats and expertly passed his tips, which can only be learnt from years on the bank. He was an inspiration and helped me fish better, plus also hinting where the best fish could be found. He wasn't wrong, as you will see later on in the video. Hello guys, and welcome to a new video, and today we are back down in the Test Valley. We are at Houghton Lodge, which is just up from Stockbridge, which is the heart of the River Test. So the river's at its purest and is absolutely awesome because the river's so crystal clear. You can see the brown trout cruising up and down, and there are some clonkers in here, trust me. And there's two beats here. There's one which you can see behind me, which is the main river. It's wider and you can sometimes see the fish, but there is a bit of blind casting to do. And up on the Carrier, it's fast currents, is more wilder than this stretch. There's a lot of fast currents, deep pools, and it's good for stalking because you can see the trout sitting there. So let's get into the video and see if we can hook some trout. So we got fishing straight away, and I put on a dry fly and Adams, which you can purchase from Flies online. They tie absolutely wicked flies, and the way it presented in the water looked like a natural fly, and this brown trout just came up and absolutely nailed it. It was absolutely awesome, and it did not take long. So I'll pop a link in the description where you can check these guys out and possibly purchase your own flies from them. The take was ridiculous. He came out of nowhere. I saw it, cast to it, and he just came straight up and took it. Guys, as you can see, we have found ourselves into a really nice brown trout, and the colours of it are absolutely awesome. So from where I'm fishing now, just below on the river, there was a deep pool, and Seth, the riverkeeper, had said that there had been a big brown trout, around 6 to 7 pounds, that had been sitting there all season and nobody had caught. And I could see it just on the far left side, so I thought, let's give it a go. And I spent a lot of time during the day targeting this fish, trying different flies, and he finally fell to that dry fly again from Flies online, the Adams, and it was absolutely awesome take, and it took 6 minutes to bring in. So check out this footage, and it was absolutely awesome. It was my personal best, as I said, around 6 to 7 pounds, and I will never forget catching that fish, because it was unbelievable how strong the fish was and how fit it was, and the colours of it was absolutely amazing.
We haven't got any low bank. Oh, don't go underneath the bridge, that would be bad. Dad, how am I going to get him? That's a big fish. Oh, he's going under.
Yeah, they're starting to come up with the flies now, that's good. That's what we want. This one really needs to just not be about. Perfect time and go. Well done, Zach.
So after I'd caught that massive brown trout that was absolutely smashed my PB, that fish was around 6 to 7 pounds, and it was an absolute unbelievable fight lasting 6 minutes, as I've said. So once I caught this fish, I got a chance to meet up with Seth again, the Riverkeeper, and ask him a few questions about how life is being a Riverkeeper at Houghton Lodge and Gardens.
I work at Houghton Lodge Gardens, which at this side of the road we've got about 17.5 acres. I look after the gardens and I look after the river. It's the River Test, what more can you say? It's one of the only chalk streams in England. It's clear flowing. This was originally swampland. The swamp was dug out and made into a river to drain the surrounding marshland. We have the mayfly, which start in the first or second week in May and continue through almost to June. After that it's dry fly fishing up until sort of the end of June, beginning of July, and after that we'll allow you to use wet flies or nymphs. Early mornings and late nights, I'm afraid. During the hot weather that we've had recently and with sunny days, the fish don't move about too much during the middle of the day, but if you're willing to persist and have a go into the early evening, I'm sure your efforts will be rewarded. We have stocked brown trout, which are triploids. That means they are sexless, so they don't interfere with the natural gene pool of the brown trout that we have living in the river naturally. We've also got grayling, and there are a few species of coarse fish. There are dace, there's always pike about, and there are some very nice grayling as well. We've got a very good diversity of wildlife on the river. There are barn owls live and hunt all these water meadows, and we have kingfishers on the river. We've got otters on the river as well, so we've got a very diverse population of wildlife. Everything. You only have to look behind me and see what is there not to love about this place. It's such a brilliant place to work. We've got the accommodation being built at the front for the fishing that's going to improve it again. They've got the lodge behind me, which is a fantastic place to see. And when you look at this for your office, what more do you want? It's to ring Mr. Oliver Buskin through our Houghton Lodge website. Just get on and have a go. It's not as difficult as fly fishing as some people make out. It doesn't matter if you make a cock up and tangle your line, whatever. Just get on and have a go. It's once you've got the fly fishing equipment same as any other fishing equipment, it's not an expensive hobby. Once you've got the stuff, and then you can go wherever you like. There are several lakes about that will often give tuition, and here at Houghton Lodge we also offer tuition as well.
So after the interview with Seth, I had a chance to go fishing on the second beat. So let's have a look at some of the footage. So guys, it is mid-afternoon now and the fish has started to rise. We haven't seen that this morning, but they've all started going crazy and jumping for flies off the surface. So the guys at Flies Online knew that I was coming down to this part of the test and challenged me to catch a fish on one of the flies that they have sent to me. And when you use their flies, this is what can be produced at Houghton Estate. It's an absolute clonker of a brownie. I saw it rise on the river, so I casted my fly towards it and he came up and nailed it. So it's an absolutely fantastic fish, and this is my personal best brownie, and I'm absolutely blown away by it. So it's absolutely fantastic here. So the flies that Flies Online have sent me in a very nice fly box, which you can purchase on their website, are some Adams and some freshwater shrimps. And what I call that clonking brown trout was these Adams here. They're very nice looking dry flies and they sit on the surface absolutely perfect. So you can buy all your fly time materials and different flies and fly boxes and accessories from their website. So make sure you give them a check out. I really recommend them, and it's great gear and a nice solid box. And I've always wanted a fly box like this, and it is absolutely awesome. So make sure you check them out. So guys, before I bring this video to an end, I just want to say thank you to Oliver Busk and his family for inviting me down to Houghton Lodge Gardens. It was an absolutely fantastic day, and I recommend it to anybody who wants a great day out on the river test. Both beats offer different kinds of fishing. The top beat is the wild as the river meanders around, and it looks absolutely fantastic. You can see the fish, you can do some stalking in the top beat, and of course you can do that in the bottom beat as well. Both fish were absolutely clonking. In the top beat I caught a 7-pound brownie, and in the bottom beat I caught a 3 to 4 pound brownie. So overall it was absolutely awesome, and I was catching decent sized brownies throughout the whole day, and so was my dad. And of course I would like to thank Seth. He is a great guy, so knowledgeable, and looked after us really well. His tips ensured that we had a very successful catching rate and an enjoyable day. If you want to go down to the test and have a fantastic day, I totally recommend this fishery. And of course you'll be greeted by Seth in the morning, and he will make your day absolutely special. And also one last thing, I would like to say a massive thank you to Flies Online for providing the flies for this video and the fly box. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to catch these PV browns because the flies are tied so well. So make sure you check them out. They sell all different things on their shop: fly fishing accessories, fly tying materials, and of course lots and lots of different flies. So make sure you check them out. So we have just come to the end of the day here at Houghton Lodge, and it's been absolutely fantastic. We have caught some cracking brown trout, and I caught a wild 6-pound brownie, and that is my personal best brownie. So it's been an absolutely unforgettable day, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. And just look at the scenery and the surrounding settings, it's just absolutely beautiful. And that's what you get here in the test. It's just unbelievable scenery, and there's fish jumping for flies off the surface. So it's been an absolutely fantastic day. I want to say thanks to Seth, the Riverkeeper, for showing some tips. He's an absolutely top guy, so if you do come down here, ask him any questions because his knowledge is absolutely fantastic. I just want to say thank you to the Busk family as well for letting me come down here, because this video would have not been possible without their permission for me to come down here. And also thanks to Flies Online for sponsoring the video by sending some flies down in the fly box to test out. I'll put a link in the description where you can check them out because their products are a very good rate. So see you in the next video.